Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2.
Yeah, that sounds like numbers to me. Welcome to episode 11 of The World Is Beeped. This one we sat down and recorded for 4 hours because we were hungover. Well, I was after the weird night and decided let's drink wine during this pod instead of coffee. And it took 2 hours to do an intro, 4 hours record. We talked about a load of mad stuff. So listen, this is gonna be a few episodes. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy. Tell your friends, like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Tell you, I got heckled. I got a good classic heckle on Wednesday. I was talking, introducing the night,
Yeah,
not telling jokes, but I was MCing.
yeah.
And a guy shouted from the back, "Are we bringing a comedian on?" I was like, classic. That's what I said. I went, that's a classic.
doozy.
I went, "Where the fuck are you?" And I was sort of looking for him, and I could see him at the back going, "Oh," like looking at the back, and I went, "I see you at the back, looking to the shadows, you coward."
Yeah,
You fucking,
yeah.
Do
Do you like mint Rolo?
I love-
mint chocolate.
mint. Yeah, I love mint chocolate. I'll have that. Aye.
Your ma sent over the care package.
Oh, cute.
The fucking... Where's it?
Mint Aero and wet red wine, eh?
Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
This is the fucking pot. Where's the fucking tea bags?
You eating tea?
Nah, look, my ma sent over. Irish tea, but it looks like a fucking drug deal.
That's cool.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, that got scammed. Do you know what I missed from back home? I know it sounds really silly. Greg's sausage rolls.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that last week, I think.
Oh,
did we?
Oh, we did, yeah.
I have to jump in here on the topic of sausage rolls. I got the worst sausage roll I've ever got in my life here in Auckland. You can see it, the image. I'll share it on Instagram, Al_McElroy, whatever the Instagram thing is, and on the YouTube video. And my rant, I'll put in my rant at the time. Fuck it, I'll put it in here. Unreal. Sausage rolls. Jesus Christ. That's not like half vegan sausage roll because there's half a sausage. Where's the rest of me fucking sausage roll? Fucking hell, and it's broken too. Back to the podcast.
Things have shifted a bit since you
cuts
went
on your
for it.
head.
Do I? What do you mean? I got cuts on my head.
You got cuts on your head.
How?
Like a fucking scratched by a cat.
How is that possible? Where?
On the forehead.
That's just me. That's just me scratching my head.
Oh, is
That's
it?
just me red lines from me scratching.
Ah, cool.
From the stress.
I thought you were there.
I was being
wrestler.
savaged by an animal.
I thought you were like, wrestlers when they cut their heads to make
Oh,
it
the
look
little,
like
the little razor blade.
Yeah. That's what I thought you did.
Is that what they used to do? Is that
Yeah.
true, do you think?
So if you
Or
look-
do you think
yeah.
that was a wee urban legend?
No, you see the scars on their heads and you see them pull it out. You can see them do it wrong. There's videos where they take it out of their armband and it goes too deep and it's the dark blood coming out.
I think wrestling is brilliant.
I love it.
I don't watch it anymore. I only ever watched it in like the very probably late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Right? But now I still see clips and that, on my TikTok and that. Social
the
media
TikTok.
algorithm knows that I like it.
Yeah.
So it shows me stuff and I'm like, that's great. I think it's just a big soap opera
That's
with
all
a
it
bit
is.
of like stunt work in it. It's
My
fucking
mate-
great.
My mate used to call it a male soap opera, and that's so. When I was a kid, we watched a lot of it, and then
Speaking of, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but did you see Hulk Hogan talking at the
yeah,
Trump rally?
I had it in the quiz.
And it's my president. They're shooting. Oh, no, I can't do. I can't do.
What
it.
you gonna do, brother?
I have to. I love all the videos of the difference between like the Democratic one
Yeah.
and the Republican one.
Yeah.
Like this, the roll call of the states or something. But this like ancient old bitch out there going, Iowa, 29 delegates or whatever it is, and round on the other side at the Democratic convention, they're like, turn down for what?
yeah.
It's brilliant.
I haven't been following it, but it's but yeah, it is a stunt, and I used to love watching wrestling, and then I grew up, right? Then I grew up what?
Sable.
Sable.
That was one of them.
God, yeah, she was a ride. But then wrestling got to a certain stage where they were just with like gorgeous women in shiny pants rolling around, and you're at that age where you're like, quick wank. It was on a...
Well, that never happened to me.
You're different, but it's...
Because they were like, they had those matches, like a ball gown match, where the whole thing was that they would rip the dress off of each other.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
whoever ripped the whole dress off won. And I'd be like, what a shame. Beautiful dress.
That's a lovely dress.
That is a lovely gown that she's wearing.
Why does Macho Man take off that lovely coat? Why doesn't he wear the coat the whole time? It's a really good look.
Because then they all come out in these like amazing outfits, and then they just take them off, and they're just in their pants.
Yeah.
And I think
put your clothes back on.
Exciting. I want to see it.
I want to see the outfit.
Fashion.
Yeah.
You know, until we start to see people wrestling in like platforms and stuff.
I think that happens.
It should be happening more often.
Because I used to watch it and then I stopped because I just assumed I grew up. And then my brother was still watching it. And I think we were sharing a room at the time. And I was going out. I was of age to go to pubs and stuff. So I'm hungover. And then... Constantly. And then Mark kind of stopped. He'd watch it every morning. Then he stopped watching it. And then I was like, Mark, you're not going to watch your wrestling? You're not want to watch, because I wanted to watch it, but didn't want to admit.
You didn't want. Oh, I see.
I didn't want to appear as a child, but then I got fucking fully into it. I got a job in a call center, and one of the lads, so many Allens. My mate, he was like, he was on every website, like he was like obsessed with wrestling.
He was just like looking at the wikis.
No, he was just looking up the story. Like this is
stats.
before Wikipedia. Like this is like he's looking up upcoming matches, and he's trying to see who won what that you didn't see on TV yet. Like, he was fully into it.
God.
Yeah.
He was, like, doing, like, fantasy... Like, you know how people do fantasy football?
I do it.
Do you?
Yeah.
So what, you just pick, like, players and you're like, oh, my player's done well.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it works.
I picked, Oh, yeah.
Are you going to tell me the name of the players?
You won't have a clue.
I won't have a clue.
I'm winning. I'm doing well.
Well done.
And then people came up to me... I'm very hungover. People came up to me on Tuesday, twice at quiz, and he goes... Yeah, triple captain week. So I made one of my players a triple captain, and he plays for Liverpool.
What does that mean?
You get extra points.
Okay.
The guy was like, I normally wait till, say, the team has 2 games in a week, and then you get extra points. But I suppose what you did was good, because you're winning now. I was like, I just picked a player. I'm not looking into it. I'm not sitting there reading stats. It's a bit of crack.
Do you know,
like, it's a bit of bounce.
Here's a good podcast idea.
I think it's done.
I should do that.
TV show.
No, I mean, like, you know, gay person who doesn't understand anything about it, just having a bash.
Picking people based on their names.
Picking people based on the colours of the clothes they wear.
Yeah, there's a goalkeeper.
What a lovely uniform.
I love your uniform. There's a goalkeeper called Areola.
Oh, I'd pick them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a them, it's a he.
I didn't want to...
I didn't want into it. Oh,
yeah.
fucking...
Areola,
yeah.
You
What's
love...
his surname?
Oh, right. What's his first name?
Outer.
Oh, Outer Areola.
Bit of fun.
Discoloured. Discoloured areola. Seeping. Lactating areola.
Seeping areola.
Disgusting.
Let's introduce the podcast.
Oh,
Welcome.
shit, yeah.
Welcome to The World is Beeped. This is possibly episode 11, 12, 13. Depends on how long we go on for.
Well, we've got wine this time.
We've got wine this time. I'm very hungover, so I need to keep hydrated. And that's a lovely bottle of Tall Poppy Select 2014 or 2014 if you're still old school. Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. A lovely deep punt.
Like we've talked about.
A lovely dirty punt.
Yep.
And it's 13% white wine.
$15. $15 that was.
$15?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
I know. Well, I got myself a more expensive red.
Oh, you're so fancy.
I know. Mine is called Earth Garden. And it's from...
Earth Garden.
Earth Garden. As opposed to...
Mars Garden. Or Air Garden.
Villa Maria, it says. New Zealand.
Yeah.
And it's 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
That was a bad year. Because that was COVID.
Oh, this is a COVID wine.
It's a COVID wine.
Oh, no.
It's like, you know, like 2014, I'm going, what was I doing in 2014? Oh, yeah. 2020 or whatever. I'm like, that was fucking horrific.
Honestly, do you know, apart from all the death, I thought COVID was brilliant.
I know. A lot of people, yeah. I didn't die. But
I didn't die either.
It pops up on so many different TV shows that you're watching. I'm watching Jeremy Clarkson's Farm, and you're like, this is lovely. And then he goes, and then March 2020.
Oh, no.
And you're like, oh my God, I fucking remember that.
It happened, I was watching a season of Below Deck. Do you watch Below Deck?
No, I don't.
I love it so much. And then it happened there, and they were like, we're going to have to cut this voyage short. Charter, that's what they call it.
Charter.
The charter's been cut short because of COVID.
It's like, you're on a boat.
Well, mind you, there was like remember there was that chart of where the most infections were at one
Yeah,
point.
on boats.
And third from the top was like this one ship that we
Yeah.
just sort of were all like, just leave them floating out in the ocean. Just let it run its course, and the
they're all
survivors can come back to land.
Old cruise people as well.
Nah,
Like, the
well,
type of people that they
shame.
waddle off the cruise ship in Auckland and they go as far as the Gucci shop. They don't go any further, so that's where you have all the fancy shops there. And then
That's
they
why
go
we
back.
don't mind that the roadworks have been going on for about 5 years.
Yeah, this
Because none of the
fucking-
cruise ship people see them.
They can't. No, they just sort of. Sometimes they go too far. Like you're sitting in Farther Ted's, and then you get someone walk in. Oh, is
Where
this,
am
is this
I?
Is this an Irish bar? So what the fuck do you want? What do you want? What
Is
do
that
you
what
want?
happens
Nah.
at Father? I've never been inside Father Ted's.
It's lovely. I love it. I read a review years ago, and it was pretty much that someone walked in, and the people sitting there and the staff all looked at them, and made them feel uncomfortable, so they left. But that's what you do. You sit
That's
in
a
a bar,
pub.
and then you see me in the Munster sitting there with the owner, and then people walk in, you look at them, and you go,
Of course.
and that's it. And then you get back to it. So someone walks
just
in,
get
and goes,
on with it.
"Oh my god, I was bullied." They just looked at you.
Calm down.
Yeah, I love it.
It's because it's boring people who are not used to being looked at. That's the problem.
Nah, you get used to being looked at.
Yeah, maybe if you were more interesting and exciting, people would look at you more often. You'd be used to it.
Yeah, yeah. Then you can walk in any bar and just go,
go
oh, really?
anywhere.
Yeah.
Was that the intro?
Oh, shit. Welcome to episode 11, 12, and or 13 of The World is
Fucked.
Like we said, we are drinking. This is the episode where we drink instead of having coffee.
Yeah.
I woke up slightly dusty, and I tried to have about 4 cups of tea. My mother sent over a care package, and it's Irish tea.
Beautiful.
And it looks like a Colombian drug deal. And she left in a bit of the cutting of the cardboard of the box as if to go, so now you know it's Lion's tea and not Barty's tea. The other one.
Oh, I
People in
see. I
Ireland.
thought you meant now you know it's Lion's tea and not.
Any other shit
Drugs,
tea.
yeah.
No, no, because people like, again, in Father Ted's or Munster, one of the lads in Ireland, some people will drink either Lions or Barty's and they won't drink the other
I
stuff.
didn't know that there were separate brands.
Yeah, well,
What about Tetley's? Does
that's
that
English.
make an appearance in Ireland
no,
ever?
unless it owns, I think Lipton owns Lions, so I'm not really sure how it works. But like to the extent where a fella, one of the barmen in Father Ted's at a Munster, he had a bag of like a massive, like half a pillowcase of tea bags, and he goes, "Won't drink it. It's Lions. It's not Barty's."
Oh.
And I goes, "What?" And he goes, "You can have it if you want." I was like,
Oh.
"Well, it's still better than tea here. You know, it's still a
Oh,
lovely
yeah.
tea." And he goes, "No, I can't drink it."
I have to say, I don't often drink tea.
Yeah.
But here, I have to. We've got like an English breakfast loose leaf.
Oh,
I put it in a wee thing.
they're my favourite leaves. The loose ones.
Loose.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Loose
I hate
leaves,
a tight
loose women.
leaf.
No, fucking tight leaves. They just belong in a tree.
Mm.
They not near the cup. Not fucking near hot water. Just rain and stay away with the squiddles.
But you know, I'm more of a coffee person anyway.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I've got quite into lately is an artisanal hot chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Occasionally.
When you actually put chocolate in it.
Well, so you can get these shops where you can get like a hot chocolate that's made properly.
Yeah.
And now every Friday at work, because I've got a day job. Sorry.
This is a day job.
Yeah. Well, one day, every couple of weeks. Every Friday at work now, we've decided we're going to get an artisanal hot chocolate in the office.
Nice.
What a treat.
I'm sweating.
So am I. It's bloody roasting.
Do you know
in
what? I'm
here.
glad you said that's warm. I'm gonna
It's
open
warm. Open a fucking window.
No, no.
Yeah.
Neighbours will be watching
Yeah. Watching. They've been watching what?
us.
Ugh.
And I
As you're
was-
selling the flat.
Yeah, and I was sitting here the other day, and I again with the care package, my mother sent over crisps, Tato crisps, Irish crisps, and Jane for wherever had a craving of a crisp
Sandwich.
sandwich, like a soft bun.
What is
right?
it about Tato crisps that always makes me want to do that as well?
Fucking real, right? But the crisps got smashed up in the post. So it was like
Fine for a
potato
sandwich,
dust.
though, to
yeah,
be fair.
I don't need to eat a solid crisp, right? No. Sitting there, and the two of us.
I don't
sat
mind
here.
a liquid crisp.
I love a soggy.
I love a gas crisp.
I love a loose crisp.
Yeah.
And
I love to breathe, Chris.
I just let it fucking flow, and then I had that, and there was cheese, like shitty fucking plastic cheese.
Oh
and
yeah, I love that.
I love that.
I love that on
ham.
toast.
Yeah, and that was it. And I'm sitting there, and I'm making noises that I didn't know I made.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, she goes, "You sound like you're coming." I was like, so when you eat and you
Is that
breathe
what you
in,
sound like when you can?
So I did a couple of weeks ago.
It was this point Alan told a hilarious but personal story that must remain in the bedroom.
She's like, "What happened?" I goes,
Well, I guess we'll never know what Alan did in the bedroom that day.
but yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh, crisps, right? So we're sitting there eating a crisp. I'm sitting there eating nom, like I'm fucking horsing it into me,
Jesus.
and there's crisps going everywhere. And she goes, "You look in your happy place when you're eating like a sausage roll." She's seen me once eat a sausage roll before, hungover, and the shit is everywhere.
Yeah.
Picking it off me. Crisps is going everywhere. I'm smashing it, picking it off me, and I took one bite that was so aggressive. An aggressive bite of the crisp sandwich, and a bit of crisp went straight into my eye. Right?
What the fuck?
In my eye, right?
Oh my god, you got shrapnel in your eye.
Fucking eye from a crisp, right? So then it fell out, obviously, but my eye was sore.
Well,
and
good.
I ate it, and I took a
It
photograph.
fell out when you ate it.
Yeah, I don't know. It would have gone somewhere. Maybe it went into my digestive system through the eyeball.
Oh.
But and anyway, I took a picture because I was like, "This is a fucking great day. I'm eating crisps. I'm eating chocolate. This is fucking
Been
lovely."
blinded.
And I took a photograph of my eye closed, and I shared it in a story.
What did you? I didn't see
And then
it.
I got, you don't follow me, and I got a message from so they came around to look at the house and tell us how it's going, and she's breaking him into real estate. And the weird thing about real estate is that the horrible people, right?
Yes.
The really horrible people. And it's
Yes.
like, if you watch,
We all know that.
we know that, but if you watch like a beginning or a pre-superhero movie where you see Lex Luthor turn evil, when you see someone turn evil, that's what you can
he's
see.
He's disappointed about something, so he turns evil.
Something happens, and that's what I could see. Oh, I'm just training him in to be working real estate. I was like, I can see the fucking your hair's you're gonna
And
start
so
wearing
he
a
comes in
suit.
at first, and he's like, "Hi guys,
Yeah,
let's look around your place." You know, and he's really nice and
Yeah.
charming and bubbly.
Yeah.
And then he saw that shard of crisp in your eye on your story, and he was like, "I'm gonna fuck everybody over."
this
fuck
world
them
is
all
gonna
over.
burn. No, he goes. I got a message. I'm sitting here, and he goes, "Show us through the window." I was like, "What?"
That's creepy.
Yeah, and I looked
Show-
over.
show
I
us
didn't.
what?
Yeah, he wanted to see. And I'm
So
like,
you just wanted
fucking-
to see you winking through the window?
Yeah, I was like,
He's
"Fuck." I
standing
goes,
there like that.
That's why I'm moving. It's a fucking perverts like you.
Is that what you said to him? That's funny.
You get it's fucking. I just fuck you. At a sound, but you can see it. Like real estate, like when I got this place, the guy, I think I told you this before. He was just some old. I did tell you before, and he was this old guy trying to play this weird part of being down and out, and he wore socks and sandals and scruffy
Right.
trousers, and I wouldn't agree with the price he was looking for because I knew this place was on sale for the year, so I knew no one wanted it.
Skin him.
Yeah, so I goes, I wouldn't budge on the price, and then he goes, right. And he just picked up his phone, and he goes, "Yeah, hello, yeah, I'm sitting with him now." And I goes, "What are you doing, Rick?" He goes, "I'm just talking to the owner." I goes, "I know how phones work. You just picked up a phone and put it to your ear, like, hello, hiya, yeah, just checking in." Right, I was like,
yeah, I'll come now.
yeah. It was,
I
was
love
like,
that.
What was that? And I snapped and I went, "Fuck this, you're the fucking lunatic." And I walked out. I was in a coffee shop in Ponsonby and I left. And then he called me up, made a phone call. And I never heard this phrase before. He goes, "Yeah, so they decided to sell the house to some hard case." I was like, "What the fuck are you ringing me for? Why are you telling me this?" And he goes, "The hard case is you." I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
Oh, you've never heard hard case before? It just means that you're like a tough customer.
Oh,
A tough negotiator.
Well, I was because I wasn't.
Because you were like, I don't have any more money.
Yeah,
That's all I'm doing.
It was literally it. It's like not even pretending. I cannot afford more than this.
Yeah, this
right?
is it.
This is
so
it.
But I love the idea that you're like, I can't afford more, so can we just do this? Instead, you're like, it's not fucking worth that.
Yeah.
Gaslighting them all the way.
Man, yeah. And I left him. Yeah, and he was. I wrecked his head. But anyway, he's Rick the prick, and
Oh, we still hate him, do we?
I always still hate him. Yeah, if I see his poster up, I'll just write the prick.
Oh, well, that's the thing. They've always got these posters up.
Yeah.
You've got to be pretty self-absorbed.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that we put posters of ourselves up all the time.
Yeah, is there a similarity?
No. There's no similarity because we're not actually conning anyone.
No, we're just.
And I'm not saying all real estate agents are con artists, right?
I am. Where's the camera? I am. I'm not. But right, I did
Do
it.
you know what? I am. I tell you what, because right. So the housing market is a pile of balls, as we all know. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into it because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
So I won't go into it. But if you're a real estate agent, you represent that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might not be your fault. You might be a decent person with your kids, with your dog,
Don't think so.
whatever.
Don't think
Outside the work, you think. So you're saying that all real estate agents are abusers?
I wouldn't say abuser. I don't know
Well,
where that one came
well.
from. Are you saying all real estate agents are Nazis? Is that what you just said? Like,
I didn't say that.
but I didn't say abuser.
Are you saying?
No, it's like I did a gig. Every now and again you do the quiz and bingo and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you'll do venues and they'll go, oh, you won't be able to handle us, right? I did a 50th.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. And I did a 50th and he goes, you can go all out if you want. And I went all out and
Yeah.
they were horrified. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ruined their night.
Good.
And yeah, I was like, but you
But
said...
also, what a shame.
Yeah, but also,
good.
you said you were fucking mental. Well, show me how mental you are. And that
What
was,
were you doing?
I just did like really full-on quiz rounds. Like,
What do you? I
like-
love Wick.
all right,
Out of context, that sounds really funny. They're like, you can go as hard on us as you want. So I did full on quiz round.
yeah, that doesn't sound as fucking hot. But all right, so I would have done coming or drumming. Or
Oh, yeah. Oh,
one of
I've
them.
seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen you do that
So,
one. I like that one.
Yeah, that's fun. Or the fucking noise of that. What was it? Urban Dictionary sex moves.
Oh yeah.
So I give two explanations
Yeah.
for
The
it.
raspberry swirl.
Do you know what? I'll put it in the quiz.
I think we should do that.
I'll put it in the quiz for the next time.
Aye.
I could put it in.
No, don't ad lib now.
Yeah.
This isn't improv.
But one of them is, like the Spider-Man where you jizz on your hands.
and then you
so
fling
I get,
it in someone's face.
Yeah, so I give the options.
Famous.
Is the Spider-Man that, or is the Spider-Man after many failed attempts you have to get Robert Downey Jr. involved, right? It's that. It gives you two options. One is silly, one is the real one.
Oh, I see. Right.
And one of
yeah.
them was the one of them. All right, I can let me. It was. I think it was called a spastic eagle.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh dear. You
And
be careful.
I've done it at corporates, right? And I got them like drunk and up on stage, and I got a fella to act it out. But basically,
Okay.
when I act it out, it's like, so you're going down on someone, you're going down on your fella, and then you're just wanking off two fellas at the same time. So this is
I didn't know there was a name for that.
It's a Friday night. You call it Friday, but
I call that
it's-
exercise.
I
I
call
call that
it-
cardio.
All right, lads, just catching up with mates. So when you act it out, you do this. Right? So
Where does the noise come from?
fuck something in my mouth. So and a crisp in my eye. It's a fucking nightmare. So I did it, and I've done it at a few events, and it's always funny. But I did it at this 50th, and because they didn't go for the other rounds, and I knew what was coming up, I went, oh god. And I got, when you're getting to the bit.
Oh, my God.
If you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
tough
yeah,
audience
yeah,
and you
yeah.
go, I still have to do that routine. That
And you're
finishes
like,
with
this
the-
bit's either gonna turn them or ruin them.
and I ruined them. And I did it. I goes, oh, is it this? Or is it when you're going down on your friend and you're pulling off two people at the same time and they're all looking at me with absolute disdain and hate?
What just?
And then I just went,
God, the lows we sink to.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
What,
and they
um,
just hated me. Hated me.
Now I'm not gonna ask what company it was, obviously.
No, this
but
was
what
a 50th.
industry was it?
These, I don't know what they were. They were just the old people.
Oh, it was just a 50th birthday
50th
party.
birthday party. All the relatives were
Jesus.
there and stuff. But I've done.
Oh my God. But they paid you.
They paid me, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But it was. I had a meeting with them beforehand, and they were like, "We are crazy."
Oh, that's what they all say.
Our friend John, he's our friend. He's also a musician.
He
He's
was
gonna
drunk once.
He had a shot of tequila. Can you believe it? And well, she was like, so Johnny's a friend and he also plays music. So he's going to be in a band. And I'm supposed to be impressed. I'm going,
What, that there's a band?
that's just your friend plays a guitar. I have friends that play guitars.
So do I.
Yeah. So I was like,
Joel's a guitar teacher.
he's a guitar teacher.
Yeah.
But she looked at me as if,
As if you were not...
I was like, am I
I tell you though.
fully on the spectrum that I'm not responding to?
No, you're, it's them.
Oh, yeah.
It's always them. That's
always them.
something I've learned in my life is that it's always them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Sometimes
they've
it
probably
isn't.
got really... No, it's always them.
Okay.
Because they've probably got really dull lives.
Yeah.
No offense.
No offense.
You know, no
wherever
offense
you
to
are.
people with dull lives.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure you like numbers.
Yeah, love it. You know, they've got their day jobs and then they go home and they do their normal things. They make their dinner, they watch their television and all that stuff, right? But, this sounds crazy. I sound crazy.
He sounds crazy.
But, you know, if you go out of your house and you go and spend time with people and you go to shows or you go to gigs or you go to whatever, and I don't just mean comedy gigs, I mean any sort of gig, you meet interesting people that will do things.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, wow, I've never thought I could do that before.
Yeah.
And then suddenly your life isn't quite as empty and you've got a different standard for what's actually
Yeah.
crazy. Because to me, if someone says, I'm crazy, I'm expecting them all to be eating their own shit. I'm like,
That's your threshold for
that's
crazy.
my threshold. I'm like, you're not crazy until you're all rocking back and forth, smearing the walls with your own or each other's shit.
Freedom for the Guildford Four.
Were you at that gig as well?
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I have too many things going on in my head. It's,
I did a lovely bingo gig last night.
Yeah?
It was lovely. But do you know what else? Oh, I shouldn't because it's not actually my business, so I shouldn't say anything.
Well, say it to me.
Ah, do you know what? Yeah, we can cut it out if you think it's too bad.
You listen to this, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do. It's my favourite podcast.
Ah, it's mine, and you can get it on iHeartRadio.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's
Rover and Apple
iTunes.
Podcast and iTunes,
Yeah.
Apple Podcast and YouTube and Spotify,
Is it
etc.
everywhere?
I think most places, yeah.
Is that the end of our intro? That was a long intro, wasn't it?
We haven't even started. No, tell me the story.
Oh, shit, yeah. Well, it wasn't a very interesting story. It's just because you'll have
I'm
seen this
interested.
as well, doing this, right? When you've got people and then they break in the middle of your thing. So I do the Beats by Bingo and you do your
Crack up quiz,
crack
baby.
up quiz, right? And then in the middle they go, we're having a break for an auction.
Yeah.
And it happens, and it's happened to me 3 times in the last couple
Yeah.
of weeks, right? 2 of those times they had a guest auctioneer and it was the same guy. But we didn't speak. I was like, I'm running into this auctioneer on the fundraiser circuit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but we haven't addressed it. If I see him again, I think I'll just keep that going.
Yeah, because you've 3 attempts to say hello.
I
and
didn't
you
say
passed
hello.
it now.
That was their chance to say hello to me.
Yeah. It's a weird one because you get it, and sometimes the auctioneer is so fucking shit.
Well.
Because you're on stage giving it everything and they can't match it. And then
Yeah.
what I've had before, the auctioneer goes, do you want to do it? I was like, do what? The auction? He goes, why would I want to do the auction?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
hired for that.
Yeah,
I'm going to do the
also-
quiz for 2 hours and I'm
Also, I've never done an auction.
yeah, it's not my job.
I did say last night we did one. And I was like, "Do you want me to like model the stuff for you?" And I'll
Yeah.
walk around with it, you know, and
Yeah.
because I thought that would be a fun way of keeping some energy and some
Yeah.
attention on me. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
thought that'd
yeah.
be a good way of doing it.
And you need the attention, yeah.
I need the attention.
Absolutely
I need it. But so I thought I'd do that, but then he was because it was one. This wasn't one of the ones with like a guest auctioneer. It was like one of the ones where like one of the committee members for the fundraiser had done the auction.
Oh, yeah.
Which
yeah,
is fine. You
Yeah.
know, it was great, and he was very nice, but he was a bit long.
Oh, yeah.
So I was wandering around with a shit for ages.
But
And then eventually I was just turning to tables and going, I think I've lost my passion for modelling. I think I've lost all my... And then I just put the stuff down, went outside. I was like,
But that's funny. That's how you'd react. Like I take the piss out of stuff.
Yeah, you
and
got to.
Yeah, you got to. Like, and then sometimes they're not happy with it because they went through a lot of effort to get another signed, framed All Blacks jersey. Every auction has one of them.
fuck, doesn't everybody in New Zealand have one of
Do
them?
you know what I mean? Yeah. So they go, oh, here we have a signed All Blacks jersey. This is really important. It's going to go for a lot of money. I'm like, I see these every bar
Everywhere.
I go with. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere I go.
To be fair, last night's one was quite good because they just had alcohol. Apart from one, there was like this hamper of like bodybuilding gear. It was fucking heavy.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, well, that was the...
You know what I mean? So bodybuilders.
But he says as well at one point, the auctioneer goes, I shouldn't be saying this,
But you are.
but I am. The auctioneer goes, oh, so for the body, come on, the bodybuilders out there. And I looked around the room and I was like, what fucking bodybuilders?
That's them getting sponsored by something that no one
Well,
wants.
that's it. We kept, and then I think that the liquor land in the local area had donated a lot of alcohol. So every time I was giving out a bottle of alcohol, I was like, kindly donated by
Yeah. Liquorland.
Liquorland.
And sponsors, future sponsors
yeah.
of The World is Fucked.
Oh yes, I
That
hope
you can
so.
get on.
Because
iHeart
maybe we
Radio.
should get drunk every time.
Do you know what? I think it's going to be how I'm going to do it. I'm sick of... Why am I drinking
We
coffee?
should do it later in the day then.
Yeah, we can do it later in the day. See, the thing is, I have an audition to do. I have this
Oh, what are you auditioning for?
big audition. And yeah, and I had to... I was given 2 weeks to do a self-tape. But so I was learning the lines.
This through...
Yeah,
I
straight
know
away.
they've got a little self-tape room.
Yeah, but I have this setup, and I used that backdrop, and it looked amazing. So I did one the other night, and then I did one yesterday with the help of Jane, and I recorded it on the wrong setting. I recorded
to do it again.
it was in slow motion. It was for capturing. It's like what's it like long shots of animals, and you know when you leave the camera overnight, and it's captures this shit.
Oh.
I can't remember what it's called, but I lost everything, and it was and I sat here ready to edit it, and I went, oh my fucking god, I need to. Today's the deadline, so I'll be doing it after this.
Jesus, and you've had 2 weeks to do it.
Yeah, but I was trying to figure out the character.
That makes me anxious.
I know. I'll get it done. I'll smash it. But the thing is, I finished it and it was amazing, and then I didn't record it. I was like, fuck, and then we had to go to this fucking party.
You just said, would you just done that instead?
Nah, I get it. I'll do it after this because it's all set up and I know the lines and I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
and I'll
nail it.
go.
Yeah,
Well,
but
don't
it's-
get too drunk then.
oh no, because he's a bit of a pisshead. So let's get out the character, bitch.
Yeah, I've got...
But yeah, no, that's what was it? What was the point of that story?
Can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Maybe we
either.
should do a quiz.
Drinking.
Oh,
That's it.
drinking. Oh, good. Sorry.
It is
Oh.
more fun. I'm gonna do this more often.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about.
That's what we were talking about. Because that's what I said, right? So I did the fucking. So anyway, there's too many stories happening at once.
I know.
I did a quiz.
This is insane.
This is too much. I did a quiz. This is Pulp Fiction style. It's just stories all over the place.
I know. We're directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino sponsors this with Liquorland and iHeart Radio. And I was hired to do a quiz for, I think it was real estate, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
probably shouldn't say the name, but anyway.
Probably not.
I turned up and they came up to me and they were like, you're not going to be able to handle us. We are crazy.
We are
And again,
fucking
I'm waiting for
mental.
them to eat their own shit.
Yeah, you're waiting for them to start swinging chains
Yeah,
at each
I'm
other
like,
and shit,
"Oh,
like a
lovely."
biker gang.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, let's go. And they were the softest bone. They thought they were mad. It's like, is it called peacocking? One fella
Yeah,
would
yeah.
walk around making loud noises. I was like, are you all right?
Well, that's real estate agents for you.
Yeah, I know. And then every time someone piped up, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole. And I'm like, I thought you're supposed to be fucking mental. And they're like, oh no, sorry.
Sorry.
Who is mental is teachers and parents. They're the maddest ones.
That's
And
my
I loved
favourite.
them. Yeah, I love them.
I did a school fundraiser on Friday night.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Like, awesome. Such a good vibe.
Yeah.
Such a...
It's crazy because they are out on a night out away from the kids.
Well, that's what they said to me when I got there. I was like, because I always say, do you mind me swearing?
Yeah.
When I first arrive. Because I can be funny without swearing, but I like swearing.
I love a fucking bollocks here.
Yeah. And every now and again with a work one, you get somebody that's like actually, you know,
Yeah, reel it in.
reel it in a wee bit. And I'm like, that's fine. But this one, they were like, go for it. The kids aren't here. That's what we want. You know what I mean? And I'm like, perfect. So it's like, fucking cunt and shit.
Yeah.
But all over the place. Oh, not the serious ones.
Not the serious ones. I've done one. I won't say the school. I think I told you before, and I did tell you before because they swore, and I thought I can swear. So I was running around and I was doing a wit Hinneke and we're having a laugh and
Oh, this one.
yeah,
You've
and
told me about this before.
yeah, I did talk about that before.
Is
And
this
then
the Christmas one?
no,
Oh.
no,
That's
some
another
fucking-
story.
with some fucking mad gigs. That's when I had someone.
You
tried to grab me.
headbutted someone.
I didn't know there was a weird fetish about bad Santa. right?
What do
And
you mean?
There's a weird fetish about Bad Santa because there's a
sexual
scene.
fetish?
There's a scene in Bad Santa where she's like, "Fuck me, Santa, fuck me, Santa." Right? I didn't know about that.
What, in
And
Bad Santa, the film Bad Santa?
in the movie Bad Santa. So I was playing the character. I was being Bad Santa. So like some jobs I turned up to, and I went, right, this is going to be nuts. And I brought like whiskey with me. I go, let's get into character. Let's go fucking nuts. And one of the events, they didn't even know who Santa was. It was all they weren't like
Western.
Christians, Western,
Christian,
yeah.
yeah.
So they just seen a scruffy fella turn up,
Red suit.
red suit, trainers, dirty trainers. All right, what are we doing? And then they were like, can you get people to sit on Santa's lap? They didn't know who Santa was. It was a really weird gig.
Why did they hire a Santa?
Because the thing is, they
think
hired Bad
that's
Santa,
odd.
but the drinking people and the ones that know who Santa is and the Westerners or whatever, they didn't turn up on time because they were getting pissed somewhere else.
Oh,
so by
I
the
see.
time they came in, I was like, oh, this is the weird gig. No one knows what's going on. And there's a woman brought over a baby. I think I have a picture.
So she was like, can you hold my
you
baby,
hold-
Santa?
yeah, and I'm
And you were
holding
like,
a picture with the baby going, I smell a whiskey. This is fucking mental.
oh my God.
So yeah, so I ended up doing an extra half hour for free.
So actually, at that night, you were just a Santa.
I was just a bad
You
Santa.
were just you weren't bad Santa.
I
You
was
were
just-
a bad Santa.
I was just a bad Santa. So they looked at me and they goes, "Isn't Santa supposed to have a long white
Isn't he
beard and
supposed
stuff?"
to smell good?
Yeah, what's going on? And I left in such a hurry that I had a Batman flask, whiskey flask that I loved, and I forgot it and I left it. And there was, oh God, I don't even know if I can tell the story. And so the woman who organised it goes, "You need to tell people to come over and sit on your lap for a photograph." And I'm like, I don't think that's allowed anymore. I don't think anyone's allowed to sit on anyone's lap, right? That, like, Santa is behind a fucking screen sometimes when you bring
Yeah,
your kids to see him.
through a hole in a sheet.
Yeah, like a glory hole. Hello, Santa.
What would you like for Christmas?
That's not a penis. And so I had to call it out on the microphone, and I goes, anyone wants photographs with Santa, come sit on Santa's lap. And then the woman goes, you need to go to table and encourage them. I was like, fuck this gig, man. So I went over, I goes, yeah, you want to sit on my lap? And there was a woman, she was like, yeah, I want to. And the guy beside her, I don't know if I can tell this, the guy beside her goes,
Yeah, you can.
"No,
You're not saying any names.
Yeah, I know, but okay, I'll tell you. So then
You
the
can always
guy,
cut it out later.
yeah, the guy goes, she doesn't want to sit on your lap,
Oh.
right? And I took that as, oh, it's your girlfriend and you're being overprotective. I was like, if she wants to sit on Santa's lap, she can sit in Santa's
Exactly.
lap. And he goes,
One of the best
So-
things you can say to people, like in an audience, when a man speaks for a woman, is be
Yeah.
like, she can speak for herself.
Yeah.
pal." And the audience always loves it.
yeah, they
I
do,
understand
yeah.
completely.
That was it. So that's the approach I took.
So,
And then
but
he
he was
goes-
warning you.
He was warning me, and then she reversed in her wheelchair
Oh no,
and drove toward, and I went,
no.
oh shit, right? And she was wearing a very slippy dress, and she pressed the button to raise her up, and then he had to kind of scoop her into me as I held her in her slippy dress, so she's slipping, slowly slipping down on the floor as we're getting the pictures taken as I get slower. And he wasn't happy. He's looking at me as if to go, I fucking told you. And then we had to put her back in the wheelchair and put her back at the table. I went, I just want
Is
to go
that the lowest moment of your life?
No. I tell you what it
No, but I
knows.
think the thing is, right, I get it. You're an accessible Santa.
Yeah.
But you know what? Don't wear a slippy dress.
Or don't, like, so we kind of stopped doing those gigs. And there was another one. I need to tell you, there's too many Christmas stories. I'm going to mark this down here.
Well, we'll do a Christmas episode sometime.
Red Cow. No, I read, because this is part of what we were talking about already.
Oh, okay.
So the other gig, the Christmas gig with Tineke, fucking heli choppers. The Christmas gig, it was out in East Auckland. Can't remember what the place is called, and they were all rich people, and it was a great gig, and Disco Dad was there, and we're playing the games, and it was probably the best one we did, right? And it was great. Every joke hit. It was amazing. Like boom, 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 right? And then we're wrapping up, and I'm out of the outfit now, and I'm drenched with sweat because of it was the summer, and I'm wearing the Santa suit. in the
Yeah,
summer.
yeah.
And I'm running around, and we're tidying up, and we're getting our stuff, and a drunk woman comes up, and she goes, I love you, Santa. I was like, oh, thanks very much. I'm just gonna go now. And she goes, can I have a dance? Can I have a dance with Santa? I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't know. Can I just get my stuff? Blah, 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 and I'll talk to you in a bit. And then she came in, and she grabbed me. This is other things to tell you as well about last night. Too many fucking stories. And she grabbed me, right? And I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Then she leaned in for a kiss.
Oh,
right?
God.
And I wasn't expecting it. And in my panic, I pulled away.
That poor drunk woman.
But when I pulled away, I hit my head on her head, right?
You head battered her.
But she was so drunk she didn't even notice.
Oh, good.
She's like, come on, let's have a dance. I was like, oh my God, get me the fuck out of here.
Jesus.
And so that was another one where, they would, but talk about a low moment, right? And we're doing a Christmas show, me and my mate Alan, a different Alan, too many Alans.
Too many
Alans. It was when we were doing our Edinburgh show, AAA, Alan and Alan. And we're singing, I think I told you this before. Yeah, I did.
I think so.
I told you this before. And there was a bit where we were opening for this 80-year-old South African crooner in the Red Cow Hotel. And we had done this show in comedy clubs in Edinburgh. And it was a polished, fun, interactive show where we get people up involved on stage. We sing Fumar Mata instead of Hakuna Matata about people buying illegal cigarettes from
I love
Portugal.
illegal cigarettes.
Yeah, it was all of that, and the Die Hard song, Yippee Ki motherfucker, and we're jumping around in blood covered vests and stuff like that. All that stuff, right? So every time we did it, it was an amazing show. Every fucking time, right? Even in Edinburgh, when you had 2 people in the audience,
great fun.
It was still great, and they were up on stage dancing with us, and we're literally 4 people dancing to empty chairs.
That's amazing.
I love it, and
that's so good.
It's the best learning you'll get for comedy is doing those festivals, and it's amazing. So anyway, I had this idea. I must have told you this. And they weren't there for us, right? They were there to see the crooner, right? And we were doing 2 nights, and we got sacked after 1 night. And I asked the guy who booked us, can I have information on the different tables so I can be prepared to do stuff, right? And get them involved, right? Which, if it was the right audience, this goes back to what you were saying, it's always them. If it was the audience that were there for us, which apparently went the following night, but we were sacked. So my dad was driving and he goes, oh, we got a couple of lads in the car singing your songs, right? I'm like, Dad,
We've been sacked.
We've been sacked. So, they're coming to see you. So I'm like, we're not
Ask
doing
for
a show.
refund.
Yeah. You're gonna watch, I don't know, Bingo or not Bingo, what was it? A drag queen.
Bengal.
I don't know what it was. Before the crooner. And this guy he attracts a certain crowd. So, and the door of the stage.
Can I just ask though, so he was like a crooner, a singer?
He's this old
Just like
school.
a straight singer, no
jokes.
not comedy, not jokes.
No.
Why would he be hiring like...
It wasn't him, it was the venue. They thought...
So the venue was like, oh, we'll get this crazy double act
Yeah,
in,
we get this...
and then we'll get a drag queen in.
Yeah, well, they got the drag queen in because they sacked us. And they went...
I know, but it just doesn't feel like it fits.
Oh, nothing fit.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely nothing fit. And we tour up, right? And the stage, the backstage door is at the back of the stage, right? You've never seen anything like this, right? Where literally you open the door and you're on the stage.
And the audience can see you.
There's 200 people there and that's it, or more, or whatever, right? And there's a massive dance floor. So I get there and Alan is there already and he is shitting it. I goes, what's going on? And he goes, have you seen them? I went, no. He goes, have a look.
67 years old.
Really old people, like nuns, and like
nuns.
Like really old, like that sort of.
Old
like
in the way that usually only a nun.
Yeah, you see like a real fucking old nun,
little old frail nun.
Yeah, and again, like I don't know, there was a table of like special needs and there's real serious people and like what the fuck are we going to do
so
here?
Everybody who's like planned a little like, oh, this will be a nice night out. To the crooner.
Yeah.
That's accessible to every type of person.
Yeah. So, and we have the song.
That's why it doesn't work.
That's my.
That's why it doesn't work.
It was them because we have the song, the Die Hard song, and we do the song about Die Hard, saying that not everyone celebrates Christmas, not everyone believes in Jesus or Black Pete or all of that sort of stuff. So we came up with the idea that there's one person that we can all celebrate, and it's John McClane, and we sing the song to the tunes. I can't remember the name of the classical song that's in it. And we sing, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And the whole song is quotes from the movie. So there's a bit where we rip off our clothes and we're in a blood-covered vest. And we're like...
None of them have ever seen Die Hard.
No. So they just see two fellas jumping around covered in blood going, motherfucker, 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 right? So that's what they seen. And I also, so there's a bit where I know, I had this idea, right? So we're doing that and we wearing like, then we costume change for Fuma Mate. We're dressed in animal onesies. So I'm a giraffe and he's something else. And then we do a Donald Trump song where I smash a load of cheesy crisps in my face. It was a lot of mad stuff. And then we dress up, we do a Daft Punk style song about Brexit.
Which I'm sure, of course, they would have completely understood.
Had no idea what was going on. They just see two fellas put on hazmat suits and go,
Brexit.
Auf Wiedersehen, or whatever. And it was all of that sort of stuff. And then
That sounds awful, Alan.
yeah, but the show itself, when it's done
I'm
right,
not saying the show.
But
no,
when you know
the setting.
yeah, when you know. So I did okay with. We did bits of comedy, and I did well. I got them, and then I goes, "You want to see Alan?" No.
Oh,
Fucking hell! I goes, well, here he is.
Tough.
Yeah, here he is, and he walks out the door, which is there. The crooner is there now with his son, and he is fuming because there's complaints. Like, there's people going, why are they shouting out motherfucker? Why are they wearing blood covered vests? Right? This isn't Christmas, right? Alan's out there. He's supposed to do about 20, I'd say, and you can't hear anything. I can hear there's mumbles of his voice. He's got a lovely deep, Cork accent, and I can hear it. And maybe 5 minutes, the door opens and he goes, no, it's not happening.
Did he just walk off?
He just walked off. So I went back out. I did something else and got them laughing. And then we finished up and it was horrific. But the part of that show, right? I had this idea. When the guy said, we got a group of teachers, I went, wouldn't it be hilarious? And I stand by this now. Wouldn't it be hilarious to give the teachers colouring in, right? But it's Kama Sutra colouring in.
Yes.
Right? So I went and
of course.
yeah, so I'm like, sit down, behave. I treated them like kids, thinking that's going to be fun. Gave them the colouring in, right? Which was just sex positions. And I'll never forget this. And this is one of the lowest moments of my comedy. The woman looked at me holding it and she just goes, what's wrong with you?
Oh.
Like, what is wrong with you? And I thought, am I mental? Am I the wrong one here?
So
I went home depressed. Alan went home.
Yeah, that's how
depressed.
looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's how you've washed the product out of your hair in the sink and you're looking at the mirror yourself and you're going, and we've all been there.
Yeah.
And you're going,
What is wrong with me?
I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this?
The clown makeup is dripping off.
like,
It's washing
yeah.
the fucking blue and
fake
yellow.
blood.
And, yeah,
Oh.
it's all dripping in the sink, in the white sink, and you're looking in the mirror going, I'm not a comedian. This is me.
I'm just an idiot.
I'm just an idiot. I was an idiot to them. So the next day, I couldn't get out of bed, right?
No,
and I lay in bed. The anxiety of doing that gig again, it was crushing. And Alan was putting together an IKEA sofa, right? Which
Take anything to take your mind off
yeah,
it.
and he said it took him hours. He was so slow at doing it, dreading the gig, so slow. And I'm lying there in bed going, I just can't do that again.
Nah.
I can't live through that again. And then a guy eventually.
What was the pay?
I can't remember. It was decent. It was like a couple of grand.
Oh, okay.
And
Fair enough.
I didn't care. And he called me up. I seen the number. And I
The
goes,
crooner?
Yeah, no, the guy who hired us, the events manager or whatever. And he goes, listen, got too many complaints last night. So,
Which
so
is
we're gonna sack
such
you.
a cunty thing to say because what clearly has happened is they've not hired the correct
Yeah.
opening act.
Yeah.
So to be like, we got too many complaints about you
Yeah.
is so cowardly.
Yeah.
What they should have been like is, listen, that was a bit of a misstep.
Yeah.
Putting you guys there.
Yeah.
You were awesome. That just wasn't the crowd.
the
So we're
se-
going to go with another act tonight.
But the
that
second-
would have been a nicer thing
That would have
to
been a
say.
nicer thing to say, but the second night there was people there for us, and that's the night that would have made up for it. You know, that was going to be the
Well.
great night. But and then I had to go in and collect the money, and it was the longest fucking walk.
That sounds terrible.
Going
I
in.
can't actually.
And he wasn't there. It was a member of staff that had the envelope and goes, yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Here, take that and get out.
Our pictures were on the. It's the Red Cow
Crossed
Hotel.
out.
Yeah. Cancelled. Because it's a place that we went. It's where that nightclub, the Club Diva, was. It's my like some of the biggest comedians in the
awful.
country played there, and they started there, and they went on to great
Yeah,
things.
but they
and
probably opened for other comedians.
Oh, yeah,
They didn't
yeah.
open for some random ancient old singer.
yeah.
Do you know
But
what I mean?
the funny thing is that we were like, this is gonna be amazing.
least
It's gonna kick off. We're gonna be fucking amazing.
We're gonna be stars.
Yeah, we're gonna be stars. And then
What?
we couldn't get out of bed.
How old were you at the time?
A couple of years ago.
Was it only a couple of years ago?
Maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Mind you did say Trump, so that would be pretty recent.
Yeah. So
Jesus,
yeah, it was just a mad experience. It was a mad, but that was that. So yeah, that was
just before
probably
the pandemic,
a good bit. I was moving back to Ireland to live, and then we did
and then
Edinburgh.
you came back. You're like, that was terrible. I'm coming back.
Coming back, yeah. No, but do you know how bad? Like winter here is pretty shit, right? Winter here is grim, but winter back home is like
'Cause
when
it's cold.
It's cold.
It's
It's,
nice.
miserable. It's always dark, right? It's dark when you go to school. It's dark when you're getting the bus
Yeah.
home. It's miserable. So I went back and I had a lovely time. Halloween was amazing. It was crisp. It wasn't freezing. Christmas was gorgeous. Everything was gorgeous. I was traveling around Ireland doing gigs, but they weren't paying enough money, and all that money was going on tolls. And I was slowly getting beaten down. I started getting acting gigs, so I tried to join an agency, and I went in, and she goes, "Oh, can you jump up and down while we take photographs?" I said, "Why?" She goes, "Oh, it captures
See how
the
much
natural."
your tits move.
It was the weirdest fucking thing. See, so I jumped up twice, and I went, "Nah, not doing this." And I left. I went, I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then I thought I can't get into an agency, and then I was single at the time, and I went on a date with someone. I didn't fancy her, chain smoker. It was just so we just had a laugh.
I miss smoking.
Oh, I don't. And then she goes, but we had a laugh. And then she got in touch and goes, my friend is looking for someone to act in this advert for, how would he called? The charity, Oxfam, maybe, UNICEF or whatever, one of them. And I was, yeah, cool, yeah. So I just had to wind people up in a bar and overcharge them. So I was working a bar, pouring pints while the cameras were everywhere, hidden cameras, and they'd order 2 drinks. And I go, yeah, so that's €57. They're like, what? It was €57. She goes, how was it €57? I goes, oh, because the previous customer didn't pay, so we have to pass the payment on to you. And then the whole joke was multinationals aren't paying, so we have to pay for the multinationals. It was a whole fucking charity thing. And anyway, so I got
social
that.
experiment, little
Yeah,
stunt.
and it was good. It was great fun. I nearly got punched by a Northern Irish woman. It's like, oh, fuck. And then, so I did that. And then it was getting into January. And I thought, oh, January is the worst time to be in Ireland. And then I got a phone call from someone here saying, do you want to do an advert with the All Blacks? It was like 10 grand.
Oh,
And,
yes.
and I said,
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Thank
and
you.
they flew me back. And I did the advert, and I had to pretend I didn't know who the players were, but I really didn't know who the players were. So it wasn't
No
acting.
problem.
Not a bother. Like this one fella, what's it, TJ Perenara? He's like, he was lovely, but he's small, and I thought he was like a football player
assistant or
the
something.
assistant. Yeah. So I was, we're having a laugh with him, and then we go to do the ad, and he's one of the All Blacks. I'm like, oh shit! I thought you worked. I thought you did that stuff. And
I thought you were the T-boy.
yeah, where's me fucking? So then I came back and I went, oh, I'm gonna stay here. But yeah, it was.
I do quite like it here sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah,
Most
you
of the
didn't.
time.
You didn't the last podcast.
No, last time we recorded, I was
Very.
I don't
angry.
know if this needs to be addressed. Do you think it was that obvious?
I did. 'cause
When you watched the raw footage,
when I watched the Raw,
I was raging.
when you're calling Princess Diana a cunt,
I didn't even mean that.
I don't think, other than the Queen, I don't think anyone has ever called her a cunt. Except for you.
No,
that day you were like, yeah, fucking.
I think what I said was, I'm not saying
Yeah,
she's
I know,
a cunt.
I know.
So I didn't actually say
No,
it.
you said what she did was cunty.
It was cunty.
yeah.
But I usually wouldn't say that. But I was in a bad mood.
Yeah, and that was 3 episodes.
I know.
So I'm
I
watching
had to
it back.
listen to all 3 of them and I'm like, why am I so angry?
The problem, the fucking pies here are shit.
I know. Well, they are.
They are shit,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry it all came out. Maybe we should do a question. This has been a
shit.
long intro.
Oh shit, yeah, it's been an hour of an intro.
Fuck.
It's been fun though. I didn't even
I've
tell you about
enjoyed
last night.
it.
Just catching up.
I've enjoyed the intro.
It was this point Alan and David talked for another hour without asking any quiz questions. Tune in next week for that hilarious episode, which you can listen to on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your pods.